opinion does not matter except to the people who actually care about what you have to say, meaning your audience, whether it's on social media, or if your audience is your family, because some people can be your family and not your audience at the end of the day. They really don't care. That's the people who care about what you have to say. So trying to counterattack with the opinion is only going to fuel some kind of explosive situation. It's going to blow up. It's going to turn into something ugly. I've seen it too many times, and you see 200 and something comments of just ugliness under a post. And you may think that, oh yeah, I'm getting all this engagement, but in what light? How are you presenting your brand? How are you positioning yourself out here in a world where there are so many brand ambassadors, where there are so many leaders, where there are so many influencers? That's my question to you. How are you positioning yourself? How are you presenting yourself on social media, on the internet, as a brand ambassador? I'll stick to this part for right now, and I'll probably explain it a little more next episode. So I have some tips for you on dealing with controversial people. How do I deal with controversial people, Shai? And it's quite simple. Number one is do not engage. If you can totally not engage in a comment, that would be perfect for you. Guess what? I can't do it. So I won't even pretend like number one is like the most important one. Some people have the gift of ignoring people, and I can to a certain extent, but somehow I think maybe it's my background, like as a teacher or whatever. I just, yeah, okay, you're probably wondering what am I saying. Yeah, I have been a teacher on and off for several years, but I'll tell that in another story. Yeah, I've been back and forth between education and business. But back to what I was saying. I feel the need to empower people by educating them. That's me. So for me, saying do not engage will be a little difficult for someone with my personality. And if that's you, then here's what I want you to do if you can't like me. Number two, use only facts to respond. I don't care if they're talking about an elephant's trunk is not used for them to take water into their mouths, or I don't care. Facts. Even if you know what they're saying is absolute nonsense, or even if their tone is like on a whole other level, facts. That's the best way to respond. Straight quotations from reliable sources, facts. If they are still debating facts, then you're aboard ship, because there's really nothing more that you can do. It's only going to turn ugly. All right? And you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped. If I've given you facts and it doesn't tone down the situation, or you're not kind of aligning with the facts, even if you have your opinion, you're kind of seeing, all right, well, maybe I might be wrong, then I'm not going to waste any of my valuable time, because my time is valuable. As an entrepreneur, I have too much to do for me to stay here to argue with you on social media or any media, period. All right. Number three, watch your temperament and tone. And I kind of hit tone a few minutes ago, or seconds or whatever. Tone. If you are someone who is, what's the term I'm looking for? If you're someone that you get angry quickly, and then your tone changes, whether it be in text, because you know you can read the tone, quote unquote. If you are going to come across as angry, as defensive, if you're going to come across as aggressive, again, we'll go back to number one, do not engage. Vent to someone, find a confidant to vent to, but watch your tone, watch your temperament, because again, it reflects on you and your brand, whatever it is. Number four would be don't take it personal. Seriously, don't. I think back to Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union's interview. I mean, I was on social media when the picture came out, and I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I was probably like one of the first people to see, because, you know, I live on social media because it's where I work. So when I saw it, I was so happy. And then I started seeing the comments coming in, some of the most beautiful comments. I was in tears, by the way. That's a whole other chronicle. And I just looked at some of the things that people were saying and I started getting angry. And I was just like, man. And when I looked at Gabrielle's interview with Oprah, I felt for her because I know how I felt when I saw it. And then, when they asked her, like, why did you even read it? And, they were basically telling her, like, just ignore them. Don't take it personal. So, I know it can be hard. And for her, that would have been hard because some of these things were just ugly, right? But it's true. Don't take it personal. Why should we not take it personal? We'll go into my next point. Remember, evil is as evil does. And it's something I've had to learn with, like, even people in, like, out of cyberspace. Let's put it that way. People out of the cyberspace, out of the internet. I've had to deal with that in everyday life. Some people treat you the way they view people. They only have, what can I say? They have a short tunnel vision. Some people treat you the way they think you treat them. They have these issues in their brain. They think that you could be, okay, I'll tell you a real story. You could be walking down the road minding your business, so literally, maybe even just going to your mailbox, and someone just has a bad day or whatever, and they view it as you had some kind of attitude, or maybe you had some kind of facial expression, and you have no idea what's going on. You know why? Because evil is as evil does. What they have going on internally, they kind of project it onto you. Oh yeah, so then, you're doing this, or let that go. You find this on cyberspace all the time. And if you're an internet marketer, I know you know what I mean. You say something, if you want to be productive, then sleeping, 10 to 12 hours a day, and eating unhealthy food, not exercising, which I need to work on, by the way, is not the way to do it. Someone who's doing all of these things are always going to take offense and think in their little mind that it's for them, because they are probably the same people who post statuses on social media for other people. You follow me now. There you go. It should take me into my next point. Well, I'm doing this today. All right. Yeah. All right. So they take me into point number 6. Most people that are attacking you, it's an outward projection of their inward insecurities. All right. I like how I said that. Okay, Shy, I'm going to roll today, y'all. Woo. All right. Most people who attack you, this is an outward projection of their inward insecurities. What are you saying, Chai? What do you mean? I mean a lot of people who come at you as aggressive or who are defensive. It's something they have going on inside. And that's going into life coaching right now. Just like free coaching 101 for you guys. A lot of people who come at you, for all you know, it might be, and I'm just using this loosely, it might be envy. It might be they just have made up in their mind that they don't like you. Maybe you trigger something in them, a memory. Who knows? Because then we have to go into some real, neuropsychology and all of that stuff right now. Okay? I'm just saying that sometimes someone coming at you is not necessarily you. So if you take it on as you, then you're going to have a nemesis. And I mean, I think the only nemesis for an entrepreneur should be unproductivity and laziness. That's just it. Because if you take out being unproductive and you're doing income producing activities, if you're engaging, if you're doing what you should be doing, marketing, then you will not be unproductive. And if you're doing these things, there's no way you can be lazy. So, all right, guys, wow, time has really, really gone today. So, all right, now it's time for my favorite part of today. Power play. Today's power play is going to be kind of, what's the word? Entwined. But it's going to integrate. You can never get these two words right. Entwined. It's going to, I'm going to integrate it as to what we've already covered today. Let's end with a bang. Today's power play is going to be self-control. What is self-control, Shai? In my humble opinion, self-control is the ability to have control over your mental faculties, which would guide your emotions as well as your actions. It helps you channel and condition your mind. Yeah, this is my definition. That's what I think self-control is. That's why you find some people like to meditate to start their day. Some people like to pray or spend time with God to start their day. Some people like to listen to music because you kind of have to find that center. And then it kind of sets the tone for the day. But self-control is something that you grow into, as far as I'm concerned. Are we born with self-control? No. Have you ever seen a 1-year-old? My 1-year-old niece. I mean, if you tell her no, she understands the word no, but she'll do whatever she wants. Because that's just how we are as human beings. We feel that we can do and say whatever we want. Self-control helps us with that. You have to have self-control. And as an entrepreneur, I could have given you a textbook definition of self-control, but I kind of choose not to right now, mainly because of time. But anyway, as an entrepreneur, as a person, self-control is one of your greatest assets. It's one of your greatest strengths. The main reason being, let me take it in the business world. If you do not have self-control, or if you have a lack thereof, you are impulsive. An impulsive entrepreneur, an impulsive business person, an impulsive investor is also most probably an unsuccessful one. If you cannot think through your decisions, you cannot go through the facts, the numbers, the figures. If you cannot go through the strategies, if you are not coachable, strange word. And coachable, by the way, this is a whole other topic, another chronicle, I promise you. Coachable means different things to different people. Some people think coachable means controlling or controllable. Yeah, two different things, but that's a whole different thing. So I say this to say, if you're impulsive as an entrepreneur, as an investor, you're in problem. I think it was Bezos. I was reading some facts about him. You know, these things that circulate about like nuggets from his interviews. And I think he was the one who said that as an entrepreneur, that you should make 3 decisions daily. Now, I don't know about all of that, but hey, look at him. He's the richest man in the world. So he has to have something right. But I mean, it's a little more difficult maybe for smaller sharks to make only 3 decisions daily, because we have so much to do, especially in the first year of your business. I promise you. I promise you. But at the end of the day, that would be an example. Now, I could give so many more, but it's time, you guys. Thank you for tuning in today at The Real with Shai. Like I said, 2019 is going to be amazing. You guys don't want to miss any of the upcoming episodes. And as soon as you hear January, you really just want to plug into this podcast, because it's going to be off the chain. All right, guys, it's been real. Thank you again. Bye. See you next time.